This is Matt Lyman reporting to you from Rexburg, Idaho, July 3rd, 1981. We're gathered here for a family reunion and a birthday celebration for our grandmother, Angie Lyman, 80 years old today. And we have most all of her descendants here, plus guests and other friends who have been invited, and some of her brothers and sisters. We anticipate about 20 or 30 people being here this evening. We're having a dinner and a program tonight with some of our traditional skits and talks and songs and other requests by grandmother. And then we hope to get a group picture of everyone. We only have a few that could not make it tonight because of sickness or because of work. Greg Lyman and his family from Ione, California are at home because he's home in bed sick. Jerry Lynn Wilkin, John's wife, and their littlest girl are at home because of the baby falling out of a shopping cart today. And Craig Swenson, who married Debbie Smith, is in Seattle working and was unable to get off. Other than that, we have virtually everyone here who is a descendant of Grandma Lyman's. You can see those having their dinner now, after which we'll have the program. Tomorrow morning we have a breakfast, a sourdough breakfast. Asa will be cooking the sourdoughs, after which there will be the 4th of July parade and waiting for the children out to Ted and Ella Mortenson's. And some may go to the Sand Hills or just do other miscellaneous things around. And then our next gathering is tomorrow night, which will be a weenie roast at Grandma Lyman's house. You can see at the head table we have Grandma behind the podium, and then her children, all except Uncle Blaine, who her second oldest boy, who died in 1964, and Ina, his wife, is there next to the podium. Uncle George and his the oldest boy, and Harry, the oldest girl, down here. We're seated at the head table. In the middle table are Grandma's brothers and sisters who could make it, and their mates, as well as her good and close friends and neighbors who she felt to invite to the dinner program this evening.
Can you say where we were at?
We're at the Manwaring Center on the Ricks College campus in Rexburg, Idaho. Which seems to be a nice place to have a gathering such as this. Throughout the evening we'll film the program, which we'll then put on tape for us to have for our posterities to see the different skits and traditions that we've developed as a family over the years. We have quite a talented family and are unable to have everyone do special things with so we have select people. In particular, that they could not enjoy the activities and just visit and so forth. Anyway, first of all, we'd like to welcome you out. And we're glad that now I think everyone that has arrived that was going to. And Grandma would like to say a few words first, and then we'll start with the events of the program.
I want you all to know that this means more to me than anything on earth you could ever do, is having you all here. And I know that you've all put forth a lot of effort, and I really appreciate it. Now, I don't know whether all of you know our guests that are here tonight, besides my posterity. I have Martha, my sister, and Uncle Oak, her husband. Will you stand so everybody can... And Lucy, my sister, and her husband, Nicolay, who is my brother-in-law twice, and she's my sister-in-law twice. And then I don't know, did the Barnharts leave? Yeah. They're the people that live in my apartment in my second-hand van. And then we have the Poppers. She's another sister of mine. And Albert, her husband, they live neighbors by me and gone through all the trials and tribulations with us since we've been in Rexburg. And, yes, and stood all our family while we were going there. Then there's Dorothy, my adopted daughter. We had to make it daughter and mother so I could boss her. 50 sisters. And you love her. She's my neighbor and my sister. But I don't have to boss her, so I can adopt her as a daughter. And then there's Edward. You know, he's the only son or only child, living child of Aunt Millie, Grandpa's Willis's sister's boy. And his wife, here from Blackfoot, we're sure happy to have them here. Then there's Grandpa and Grandma Rivera from Logan, or Smithfield. Will you stand? Oh, Lennox, my brother, I can't see it.
No, I wanted you to skip over.
Now we started out with 9 children, and there's 5 of us left, and there's 4 of us here. Edward couldn't count. And I've told them at Esther's funeral that it's probably my turn to go next, but you never can tell them. They'd all better shape up.
I just wanted to tell you one experience that I had recently. Caitlin and I have been putting together this Finlayson book. And after we got done typing Grandpa and Grandma's chapter, which is chapter 3 in the book, I guess that's the first time I've really read or heard of Grandpa's life history, Willis J. But anyway, soon thereafter I had a dream, and it was at a time that Grandmother was having her eye operation in Idaho Falls, and Caitlin and I and our family had been up here, and we did not go to the hospital with them, but while we were here they took Grandmother down. But I dreamed that I had gone to the hospital to visit her, and as I was walking down the hall I could see her and Grandfather standing at a nurse's station just in the hallway there. And I remember very distinctly the impression about how grateful I was to see Grandpa again, and I ran to him when I saw him, and we embraced each other, and nothing was said that I recall, and I don't know that there is anything significant of a message out of the dream, but just that how appreciative I was for him and his life and what he had done. And I think those things that we read about in the chapters, we did that chapter in the book, bore that out. And since I was doing the book, I could do what I wanted, so I put that experience in there at the end of the chapter. But anyway, I just wanted to relate that to you, and it's been, I guess, about 12 or 13 years since Grandfather passed on. And tonight, when we were talking about seats up here, with Grandmother's children and their maids, we thought we had it all arranged, and later Aunt Mary comes to me and says there's still one vacant chair, and I said, well, we need to always have one for Grandpa to come be with us. And I would assume that he and Uncle Blaine and others that have passed on to take a great interest in our family are here with us tonight, because because they like to associate and help us out in what we're doing. Well, without further talking, this is the program, and I will be up here from time to time to tell you what's going on. Well, first of all, have my dad, Azel, who's grandmother's oldest child, give. The only thing I've notified is 2 skunks. 3 skunks.
Well, this was passed down from Pa, and when they tell me to do it, I have to do it. It's still raining, pretty heavy-handed. 3 lonely skunks by the roadside sat, and an automobile whizzed by, and left a smell that was not good, and a tear stood in one's eye. Why do you sob, said the other. Why do you cry and shake? Because, said he, that smell is like my mother used to make.
We next are going to have Pamela Smith Holmes, who is Aunt Mary's daughter, grandmother's youngest child, and do a number that Aunt Millie traditionally has done. And as I get the word, as the rest of us in the younger generation get from time to time, that they are giving way to us, that we have to take over the tradition. So Pam is doing this one. This is, I think, called Roundhouse Nellie.
Perform knows that nobody in the world, no matter how many years they practice, could ever do it like Aunt Millie does. I hope everyone will bear with my maiden performance.
You better get the mic close, Matt. This is so what do you want me to say? What you saying?
Somebody up here with that, Jessica. Now I sing this song come ringing, and I hope your eyes do not get wet. For the time has come for me to sing your rotten air. I hope you did hear.
march. I'm sorry I decided to do this.
You want to turn her back. You don't have to see anybody.
Hey, Matt, how's it working? She doesn't want to see.
She doesn't want to be seen. You okay here?
Yeah, you're right.
should acknowledge Dave, my brother, who is filming all of this on videotape, so you can all go out and spend about $2 grand and get your video player. We'll make up copies and we'll sell them for a mere $500 each. We're next going to have Uncle George, who is the youngest boy in a grandmother's family, do Just Plain Folks and Buddha's Gone. And I believe accompanied by Aunt Millie and Kathleen. But not at the same time, you said. And just so those of you who are coming up would like to be aware, after Uncle George, we are going to have Wishy Washy by John Wilkin, Aunt Millie's son, and then Lisa Lyman Nielsen. Hazel's daughter will be Betty in the bar.
You got this zeroed in close, Bunker, huh?
If I can do anything that well at age 80, I'll be grateful, providing I'm still here. I don't know how this, Matt talked about things being handed down from one generation to the next. I think this skipped a generation. This came from Grandpa. I have old music.
How many pages? 10 pages, you say?
3.
Oh.
will not stay intact incidentally, so I had it copied. But it's all flimsy. Is this the original that Grandfather had? Well, I'll try to guard it carefully. Now, on Buddha's Gong, I have to say a couple of things. This is an old Hobie Carmichael song, but when I worked for Beneficial Life, some of you have heard this story, we were at a convention and Elder Hinckley was there, and my wife and I were driving him someplace, and he said, I just got terrible news this morning. The two elders have been put in jail in Thailand because they took a picture sitting on top of Buddha. And it may get all of the missionaries thrown out of the country. In fact, that incident did set the missionary work back tremendously in Thailand. So as we thought about it, we thought that this song should become mandatory singing at the Missionary Training Center for everybody going to the Orient. But also, we have our new daughter here, Bing. You stand up, Bing. Now, Bing came from Vietnam, but she lived for 2 years in Hong Kong. So, and I don't know, she may be a Buddhist. She doesn't, she speaks fluent Chinese and fluent Vietnamese and no English. So we communicate with difficulty. But anyway, she does recognize Hong Kong in this song. Yeah, we used to, this was a record that we had as teenagers. I don't know how I got to have the responsibility of singing it. It's the story of a very unfortunate colored man who got arrested down in old Hong Kong. He got 20 years privilege taken away from him when he kicked old Buddha's gong. And now he's playing the piano just to raise the fare of a ticket to the land of the free. He says his home's in Frisco where they send the rice, but it's really in Tennessee. That's what he says. I need someone to love me. Need somebody to carry me back to San Francisco and bury my body there. Does he kick old Buddha's gong? Okay, John, you're on. This is a soap commercial about new blue cheer, and we often have the children up here because this will be good for legacy. Now Lisa is going to be after this, and then we are going to have the Crooked Mouth, of which I got relegated to do the English version from Grandmother, and Philip does the Spanish version after Lisa. Amen.
Sit down there. Sit down right here. Sit right there, so you want right here. Oh dear.
Hi there! I am here to tell you of a new life in this country called the Blue Chill! Here we have dirty, grimy t-shirt. Did you ever see a dirty t-shirt in your life? Did you ever see a dirty t-shirt in your life? Of course not. But now then, new chair!
Excuse me. Did you ever see a cleaner t-shirt in your life? Did you ever see a cleaner t-shirt in your life? Absolutely. Smells so nice. Thank you. Here we have dirty, grimy coveralls. You ever see a dirty pair of coveralls in your life? All of them? Really? Anybody? Of course not. The dirtiest pair of coveralls in your life. But now we have new blue chair. You funny Lazy Roxy, lazy Roxy, lazy Roxy. Lazy Roxy. You ever see a cleaner pair of coveralls in your life? Even the greasy, grimy knees. Oh, clean! You ever see a cleaner pair of coveralls in your life? This smells so nice. Yeah, it looks just like yours. Here we have dirty, rounded, bigger bottles. You ever see a dirty, bigger bottle in your life? Green! All right, but now we have new blue chair! Lazy Roxy, lazy Roxy, lazy Roxy. Lazy Roxy. Lazy Roxy, lazy Roxy. Excuse me. Did you ever see a cleaner baby doll in your life? Absolutely, resurrected. Cleaner baby doll in your life?
Now we'll have Lisa here with Betty in the bar. And Uncle Lou, you're on deck. But Bill and I are in the hall. No, we're on deck and you're in the hall.
In a pioneer's cabin out west, so they say, a great big black grizzly trotted one day and seated himself on the porch and began to lap up the contents of a 2-gallon pan of milk and Now the lord of the mansion awoke from his sleep, and hearing a racket, he ventured to peep just out in the kitchen to see what was there, and was scared to behold a great grizzly bear. He screamed in alarm to his slumbering frau, "There's a bar in the kitchen as big as a cow!" "A what? Why, a bar? Well, murder him then." "Oh, yes, Betty, I will, if you'll first venture in." So Betty leaps up in the poker she sees, while her man shuts the door, and against it he squeezed. As Betty then laid on that grizzly her blows, no on his forehead and no on his nose, her man, through the keyhole, kept shouting within, "Well done, my brave Betty, now poke him again! Now poke with the poker and poke his eyes out." So with rapping and poking, poor Betty alone at last laid Sir Bruin as dead as a stone. Now when the old man saw the bear was no more, he ventured to poke his nose out of the door, and there was the grizzly stretched out on the floor. So off to the neighbors he hastens to tell of all the wonderful things that the morning befell. And he published the marvelous story of far how me and my Betty just slaughtered a bar. Oh yes, come and see, all the neighbors succeeded. Come see what we did. Me and Betty, we did it.
The Betty in the bar is the one that great-grandmother Mary Miranda Hollister Lyman used to do all the time. This is the one Grandma Lyman used to do all the time. That Bill and I now do all the time.
Okay.
Put the mic down.
This is a story about Ma and Pa Sam and Sal and brother Bill. Anyway, Ma talks like this, Pa talks like this, Sam talks like this, Sal talks like this, and brother Bill, who's away to school, talks like this. And Sam was Sal's beau, and they got married and came home to visit during Christmas vacation. And it's time, they played rook, and it's time to go to bed. So they all go to bed. And this is where the story starts. Sam, would you blow the candle out? Or will? Wish you would blow it. I can't blow that candle out. Yeah, blow it out. Or I will. Wish you would blow it. I can't blow that candle out. Yeah, come on. Or I will. Wish you would blow it. Ma, you don't have to come blow the candle out. Sam's tried and I tried and we can't blow it out. Or I will. Wish you would blow it. I can't blow that candle out. Yeah, call Pa. Or I will. Wish you would blow it. Pa, you'll have to come blow the candle out. Ma's tried and Sam tried and I tried and we can't blow it out. Or I will. Wish you would blow it. You can't blow that candle out. Yeah, call Bill. Or I will. Wish you would blow it. Bill has to come blow the candle out. Ma's tried and Pa's tried and Sam's tried and I've tried and we can't blow it out. Or I will. Wish you would. I will.
How many here speak Spanish? This is all just between Uncle George and me. We're the only ones that know what I'm saying, so don't worry about it. Lessons on TV. Una vez había una familia que tenía la boca torcida. That means crooked mouth. Okay. Papá hablaba así, mamá hablaba así, el hijo hablaba así, y la novia de él hablaba así. Y Guillermo, que estaba en MIT en Massachusetts, hablaba así. El hijo Juan dice a la novia, casaremos. Quisiera que me lo hiciera, lo hará. Y se casaron. Llegó la noche en que tenían que hit the bed. Primeramente tenían que apagar la vela. Tenemos que apagar la vela. ¿Lo harás? Sí, quisiera que lo hiciera, lo haré. No puedo hacerlo. Qué cosa imponente. ¿Lo harás tú? Sí, cómo no. Quisiera que lo hiciera. Lo haré. No puedo hacerlo tampoco. ¿Qué haremos? Llamamos a mamá. ¿Cómo no? ¿Lo haré? Quisiera que lo hiciera. Lo haré. Mamá, vení. ¿Qué pasa? Tenemos que apagar la vela, no podemos hacerlo. Juan ha tratado, yo he tratado, no podemos hacerlo. ¿Lo harás? Sí, cómo no. Quisiera que lo hiciera. Lo haré. Ah, no puedo hacerlo tampoco. ¿Qué haremos? Llamemos a papá. ¿Lo haré? Sí, quisiera que lo hiciera. Lo haré. Papá, vení. ¿Qué pasa? Bueno, tenemos que apagar la vela, no podemos hacerlo, lo he tratado yo, he tratado de Juan, y papá, y mamá, y we've all tried, nobody can. How about you doing it? Okay. Lo haré. Ah, no puedo hacerlo tampoco, ¿qué haremos? Bueno, llamamos a Guillermo, que está para MIT. Guillermo. ¿Qué pasa? What's going on here, folks? Bueno, tenemos que apagar la vela, no podemos hacerlo. We've all tried. ¿Lo haré? No. ¿Lo harás? Sí. Como no, quisiera que lo hiciera, lo haré. Y se apagó.
Grandmother requested that Uncle Newell do this number. He's going to sing today. So he's going to sing tomorrow. No, tomorrow, right now. He's going to sing. Steve, you're on next.
Find someone to have a chair.
Angie?
I started on a journey just about a week ago from a little town tomorrow in the state of Ohio. I never was from, and I really didn't know that tomorrow had been ridiculed a century or so. I went down to the depot for my ticket and applied for temporary regarding tomorrow, not expecting to be got. Says I'm a friend who want to go tomorrow and return not later than tomorrow, for I haven't time to burn. Says he to me, let me see if I've heard you right. You want to go tomorrow and back tomorrow night. To go from here tomorrow and your church far away. You should have gone tomorrow, yesterday and back today. If the day you get tomorrow, surely you'll agree. You should have started not today, but yesterday. See, for the train that goes tomorrow, now understand me right. Today is tomorrow and come back tomorrow night. Says I'm away sick to be a carpenter you had. Is a town named Morrow, and there's a line to tell me that. There is, it's in taking me a 5 hour trip. To go from here tomorrow is a 14-hour trip.
Train that goes tomorrow leaves at 8:35, 10:30 tomorrow when it should arrive. Now if to go tomorrow is a 14-hour jump, can you go today tomorrow? Come back today, chump. Say, I have to go tomorrow. Can I go today? Just to get the mile. What and I said, no daily. Well, they'll say, complain to me. I'm not more to say. Can you go anywhere tomorrow? I'm come back today. For if the day you get tomorrow, surely you'll agree. You should have started off late, Jack. You see, now if you start tomorrow leaving here today to flat, you won't get in tomorrow till the day that follows that. Not if you start today tomorrow. So since you tomorrow and tomorrow, not today, understand? Well, the train today, tomorrow. The schedule is right. We'll get you in tomorrow by about tomorrow night. Says, I guess you know, I'll be trying to let me say, how can I go tomorrow if I leave the town today? Says, you cannot go tomorrow anymore today, but the train goes tomorrow with a mile upon its way. I was so disappointed. I was not enough to swear. The train is going tomorrow. I've left me standing there. Telling me I want a holiday. It didn't go tomorrow, so I guess I'll do today.
Uncle Blaine's son do the cremation of Sam McGee, which was a favorite of Grandpa Willis J's. It's kind of remarkable how fun the program is until it's your turn to do your part. Some it isn't quite so fun. This poem is written by Robert W. Service and is, I guess, backgrounded by the gold rush to the Yukon up in the snow and cold territory. There are strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who moil for gold. The Arctic trails have their secret tales that would make your blood run cold. The northern lights have seen queer sights, but the queerest they ever did see was that night on the marge of Lake Lavarge I cremated Sam McGee. Now Sam McGee was from Tennessee, where the cotton blooms and grows. Why he left his home in the south to roam round the pole, Lord only knows. He was always cold, but the land of gold seemed to hold him like a spell, though he'd often say in his homely way that he'd sooner live in hell. On a Christmas day, we were mushing our way over the Dawson Trail. Talk of your cold, through the parka's fold, it stabbed like a driven nail. If our eyes we'd close, then the lashes froze till sometimes we couldn't see. It wasn't much fun, but the only one to whimper was Sam McGee. And that very night, as we lay packed tight in our robes beneath the snow, and the dogs were fed and the stars o'erhead were dancing heel and toe, he turned to me and, Cap, says he, I'll cash in this trip, I guess. And if I do, I'm asking that you won't refuse my last request. Well, he seemed so low that I couldn't say no, so I swore I would not fail. Then he says with sort of a moan, it's the cursed cold, and it's got right hold till I'm chilled clean through to the bone. Yet tain't being dead, it's my awful dread of the icy grave that pains. So I want you to swear that foul or fair, you'll cremate my last remains. Well, a pal's last need is a thing to heed, so I swore I would not fail. And we started on at the streak of dawn, but oh, he looked ghastly pale. He crouched on the sleigh and he raved all day about his home in Tennessee. And before nightfall, a corpse was all that was left of Sam McGee. There wasn't a breath in that land of death, and I hurried, horror-driven, with a corpse half hid that I couldn't get rid because of a promise given. It was lashed to the sleigh, and it seemed to say, you may tax your brawn and brains, but you promised true, and it's up to you to cremate those last remains. This is kind of a tough one.
Angie?
Now a promise made is a debt unpaid, and the trail has its own stern code. Remember
come, though my lips were dumb in my heart, how I cursed the load. In the long, long night by the lone firelight with the huskies round in a ring, while the huskies round in a ring howled out their woes to the homeless snows, oh my, how I loathe the thing. And every day that quiet clay seemed to heavy and heavier grow, and on I went though the dogs were spent and the grub was getting low. The trail was bad, but I had felt half mad, and I swore I would not give in. And I often would sing to the hateful thing, and it hearkened with a grin. Till I came on the marge of Lake Labarge, and a derelict there lay. It was jammed in the ice, and I saw in a trice it was called the Alice May. Then I looked at it, and I thought a bit, and I looked at my frozen chum. Then here, said I, with a sudden cry, is my crematorium. Some planks I tore from the cabin floor, and I lit the boiler fire. Some coal I found that was lying around, and I heaped the fuel higher. Well, the flames just roared. The furnace roared, and the flames just soared. Such a blaze you seldom see, so I burrowed a hole in the glowing coal, and I stuffed in Sam McGee. Then I made a hike, for I didn't like to hear him sizzle so. It was icy cold, but the hot sweat rolled off my cheeks, and I don't know why. And the greasy smoke in an inky cloak went streaking down the sky. I do not know how long in the snow I wrestled with grisly fear, but the stars were out and danced about ere again I ventured near. I was sick with dread, but I bravely said, I'll just take a peep inside. I guess he's cooked, and it's time I looked, and the door I opened wide. And there sat Sam, looking cool and calm, in the midst of the furnace roar. And he was wearing a smile, you could see a mile, and he said, please close that door. It's fine in here, but I greatly fear you'll let in the cold and the storm. Since I left Plum Tree down in Tennessee, it's the first time I've been warm. There are strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who moil for gold. The Arctic trails have their secret tales that would make your blood run cold. The Northern Lights have seen queer sights, but the queerest they ever did see was that night on the marge of Lake Labarge I cremated Sam McGee.
We have a picture that was taken about November, December 1943 of grandmother and her family. There's only a few of them around, I guess, and when we saw it, we thought that we wanted a copy, so we brought this here. If you'd like copies of this, it'll cost about $5, of course, to get them made up and then sent to you. Kaylin or I, over the weekend, if you wanted to tell us and give us $5, because that'll then pay for ours. That's what it costs. Then we'll get copies made up and sent to you. Yeah, we do have it in the book that we've done, which reminds me, we got 25 copies of that. It's called The Life and Posterity of George E. and Mary C. Finlayson, I think 1869 to 1981. The book is essentially done. We brought 25 copies with us, especially for those who will not be here or in Salt Lake next weekend to that reunion. They're at grandmother's house, and the bottom line of those books is $15. Some of you have paid $5 deposits, but you need to probably do that through me so that I can keep track of it. And if you paid the deposit, my list is in at my house, so I don't remember who paid the deposit.
If you want to pay the $15, then I'll refund anything that you paid extra if you already gave me your deposit. No, just $10 if you pay the $5. But they're down there to see. But those of you who won't be here next week should pick yours up. Next, we are going to have Aunt Mary do 2 numbers, Home on the Range and Smoke Gets in Your Eyes. After which, we are going to have the great-grandkids sing. And we'll do that down there. And so we'll move the piano, and then after them, we'll have the granddaughters do their songs, and then the grandsons do their songs. So we'll go to that point.
Everyone knows that this is all unrehearsed. Is that the order? Which? Home on the Range
down to there so we can have them in their number. And the granddaughters and the grandsons.
They won't get all the work.
eyepiece down there by the tripod?
Here, you kids come away from the cake. You think? For those who aren't aware of this first number, call me, and it has been arranged by Kathleen Eakins, George's daughter. Do you need a diaper to get started? No. My sisters are pregnant. That's been here the following.
I will sing to be a blessing.
go sing. You are wrong. Come on. Okay, when the red light's on, you're recording. When it's off, you're not. Make sure it's on.
Well, how come it's still on when I'm not got the button?
No explanation.
had the boys gave to me when they come from the Army, and it got so attached to me that it wouldn't run unless it was on the wrist up in Washington.
So this is their watch. And now, Matt, do you have anything for about tomorrow? Are you ready to do your...
There is cake now that we would like to cut. There are plates down there or napkins if you just soon use those. Tomorrow morning, sourdough breakfast at grandmother's between 8 and 10. And tomorrow night, between 5 and 6, the weenie roast at grandmother's, and the rest is just kind of ad-lib. And we'll just... Sunday morning at 9 o'clock, if you'd like to go to grandmother's ward. Her church starts at 9, after which is a cold lunch at grandmother's.
And the girls are all to sing in church.
Call me. Church.
Call me. In what? Call. Two flash the kids?
Well, how, Carolyn? We'll have to get Carolyn to cut. Kathy says, Dave, I was standing camera person. I know you did. But I was going person. The camera's going.
See that light? Get out of the way there, Betty. It's filming now.
Girl, I mean, sweet.
Does it show the picture? Huh? I know nothing about it. No, I just... Cynthia told me to hold it, and I hope it's... Dave told me it was on monitor, but the light's on, it says return.
All these girls go like this.
Where's that little boy you were
Jerking around. You look hot, Philip. Come on. He is hot.
And I don't mean Grandpa home.
A place for you to study.
Jack says, that boy is smart like his grandpa, and I don't mean Grandpa home.
What are you saying?
Huh?
School.
Yes.
Debbie, don't you know your niece? She goes, yeah, who's thinking you holding? Well, I'm sorry, Pam, but...
Hey, Joseph.
Josephine, come here. Come here, Joseph.
I asked her for some. I thought she was going to get it for me.
Go tell your dad you want to drink.
She said I could have some.
Great, clean bun.
I don't know where they went. The buoys and the pastorals.
Did my lease ever come?
Yeah.
I've been up to the P-Raid.
What?
Sit down.
The P-Raid.
Okay, so fast forward to...
Where's that kid?
Up to the P-Raid.
Where you been sitting, Phil?
Come here. What's
Sitting in the dirt.
Nothing.
I held a hot
What's your
things
program?
here. Hot for you kids. And you and Lavelle and Eli are the only ones that didn't eat it. My feelings are hurt bitterly.
I doubt that.
Mine are too.
And then we had you on with Betty and the Bear on the TV, and it was
Very quick, very quick.
Hope you make it.
Quick.
It's better than old Pamela on there, improving the instruction.
Who was that?
That's Lisa.
I did.
Jacob.
Jacob Cowley.
This was
Jacob Matt Green,
Johnny, I need a picture of that boy.
Greatest show I've seen in my life.
Bring that up. Who got him?
How old is that kid?
He did.
Up here, not sharp.
I can't believe that.
Come
It's
on.
so great.
How old is he?
Never fun head. Oh,
God, it took a mile ahead, didn't it?
Smile for the camera. Uncle Dave's going to take your picture.
It just started
starts coming out like this.
You make me fall. I didn't want to do it. Hey, that song, when you take it on the new version, is kind of bad, Sam.
The whole song, probably.
I didn't want to do it. See? But that was...
Correct, I put a golf ball right through the canopy. Hit the guy right in the head.
Come here, Mark. Be careful.
Randy Lou. That way they had to use article about moving the golf course away from the airport. Golf course, just like, you know, digging.
You hit who in the head?
Section.
John, you hit who in the head?
Huh?
Who'd you hit in the head?
A guy hit an airplane pilot in the head with a golf ball out here.
When he was flying his plane.
He's coming in on final and
That was my problem. Everybody else kept having babies and I had...
Did he fly it? Did he land?
yeah, he got landed.
Hey, you didn't get to see yourself on TV.
You know, I didn't have any excuse.
I wanted to see Phil do crooked mouth on
Call it the substitute.
Come gently.
Familia, no familia.
We're now gathered in grandmother's backyard tonight.
What's the date?
This is July 4th, 1981,
Saturday.
which is a Saturday. We're having a wiener roast with rice pudding, punch, potato chips, ketchup, mustard. Yeah. My name is Matt Lyman. I'm Angie's grandson through Aisel, her oldest boy. We're now going to go around through the group and have them introduce themselves and tell you where they fit in. Are we on? You put.
We're rolling, son.
Dave.
We want to know who you are and where you fit in.
I'm Annette Lyman, and I am Blaine's youngest daughter. Enough, Dave?
From my own.
From my own California.
Cutest, and the only youngest daughter.
The only one with no husband.
I don't have one.
That's significant. That may be important.
I have one here.
Feel really bad, will you?
Look, I'm trying to get him married.
What are we doing here?
It's a bug down his shirt.
Come on. Who's this other lady here?
You want me to tell you who I am?
Yeah, we have to know how you're related to grandmas.
I'm Blaine's widow.
What's your name?
My name is Ida M. Lyman, and I live in Ione, California. And this is my baby.
How old are you, Annie?
55.
And you?
17.
We can't ask that to everybody.
Almost 18.
Yeah, we will.
Had her feelings hurt, probably.
Me? And what do I say?
We want to know who you are and how you're related to grandmother. You know, who you like who your dad
How old
or
I
mom
am?
is, yeah.
I'm Debbie Swenson.
Because when you look at this video,
Yeah.
Roger. I'm 28 now. From Seattle, Washington, and I'm Mary's daughter. Mary's oldest daughter.
who are you married to?
Craig Swenson, DDS.
28, you must have just turned 28.
And how many kids you got?
2 children and one coming in December.
Where's he coming from?
Heaven.
God. That's good. Most of my dad's kids came from the other place.
One of them, just one of them did.
Just one of them.
Get over here,
We
Dave.
won't tell you which one that one was.
Really? Let's see, we got to watch the cord. You need to tell us who you are. We kind of would like to know how old you are.
Is that running constantly, David?
Well, I've been 39 for so long that I can't remember how old I am. But just add a couple of years.
Let's tell them what year you were born in.
Okay, 1940.
You tell us who you are and how you're related to grandma and stuff.
And I'm George Lyman's wife, and I'm from Sugar City, the city of Enid. And my maiden name is Strong. He's having a hard time swallowing that one.
Get this gentleman with indigestion, will you?
With indigestion?
Well, what was it? Were you just choking? Is that it?
Somebody said Sugar City was Polkville, and I agreed with that.
Sugar City was what?
Polkville.
Okay, who are you and how are you related?
I'm Jack Smith. I'm Mary Lyman Smith's husband. That's my relation.
Where are you from?
Seattle, Washington.
How old are you?
How old am I?
Or what year were you born?
I am 47.
There we go.
And that's a lie.
Well, we'll look
Is that
in
a
the...
lie, Grandma?
I should have the book here, and I'll just look it up.
I don't know how old people
And
are.
I'll tell you what.
Is that Mary?
Yes, it is.
How old's your old
Or else
man?
I'm younger than I think I am.
How old are you?
47.
So he's 47 or 8, one or the other.
47. He is 47.
You know, we know who this lady
Who's
is.
this lady?
You know how
Two
old
years
she is,
younger
too.
than you.
That's right. This is Grandma Lyman.
She's 80 years old.
She lives here in Rexburg, and she's 80 years old.
And this is your shindig?
How many
But you were ahead of us.
children do you have?
I know, Mark.
I have had 6, but one baby died.
How many grandchildren?
29 living.
14 boys and 15 girls.
No, the other way back.
14 girls and 15 boys. And how many?
Jason came along and unevened it.
How many great-grandchildren do you have?
Well,
Too many.
not too many.
How many are here now, and then how many?
I've got
57?
56?
57. Now let's see. I've got 2 more to come, and then I've got 57.
Yeah, 3 more to come.
57 here, and how many?
I mean, before it's 60. And 3 on the way. Number 61 will arrive in January.
Who's that?
Jeff
Debbie's.
and Lisa's.
Oh.
Debbie's is number 60 in December.
Yes, was getting his lives.
Oh, is this an announcement? An announcement. Michelle and them are getting the 62.
What is your name, please?
Okay, Anderson Dutson.
And how do you fit into this reunion?
My wife here is Martha Fiddlins.
See how far they could go here.
Who is Angie's sister? Grandma Lyman's sister.
That's right. That's right. Sister to Angie Lyman.
Can we ask how old you are?
Yes, sir. I'm.
Darn near as old as me, but not
78.
Okay.
Where's he from?
And you're from where?
I'm from Delaware.
Okay.
born and raised in Oak City.
And who's this young lady?
She ain't got a name.
Yeah, you gotta tell us. This is really...
Martha Finlinson Dutson.
How old are you? And
Oh, good land, I'm 77.
and you're Grandma Lyman's next younger sister?
Right. Right.
From Delta.
Yes.
And here we have a young man. We need your name and your age and where you're from and what you're doing and why you're here.
Lennox R. Finlinson, Provo, Utah, the youngest member of the George E. and Mary Finlinson family still living, the youngest brother of your Grandma Lyman. I've been a car dealer for 30 years, still am.
Did that tell us how old he was?
69 in October.
Yeah, that told us. Get this kid next to him.
Gotcha.
Now what do I do?
We need to know who you are and
I'm John Carl Welkin. I am Millie Nielsen's son, who is grandmother's Angie Lyman's second to the oldest daughter, living. Excuse me, child, second to the oldest child. I've been a car dealer for 5 years.
And still am.
Still am.
That's good.
Watch out, Eddie.
And we're all enjoying in the festivities.
We're going, how many kids do you have?
Oh, I have, my wife's here somewhere.
Jerry Lynn?
I have 4 children.
Come over here, Jerry Lynn. We'll get you while we're here.
This is my wife, Jerry Lynn Welkin. She's from Arizona.
What's her maiden name?
Her maiden name is Hall. Her Paul or Hall?
What, now, how old are you, the two of you?
I'm 29, and my wife is 25.
4 kids.
4 kids.
Yeah.
4 girls and hopefully some boys somewhere. Coming.
Get it? I'm just 40 years older than you.
I'll break the camera.
No, it's not on. This is just warm up.
Oh, just a warm
We just want you to rehearse.
Oh, rehearse, okay.
We want to know who you are and why you would be here.
I'm Dorothy Ganilka. My maiden name was Hope. I'm from Media, Pennsylvania. And I'm here for Mother Lyman's birthday. She adopted me after my husband died as her adopted daughter.
So that she could boss you around.
So she could boss me around. And she's been bossing me too, and I really do what she says. I'll get it out.
Can we ask how old you are?
I'll be 67 the 29th of July. 1981.
Okay. I mean, not.
This is
wanted
the
to
guy
come
that
here,
you had the last time we did this.
You bothering Brad?
I'm Michelle Gleed, daughter of Mary Smith, Lyman Smith. I'm 19 years old, and this is my husband, Darrell Gleed. And we were just married a month ago.
Just married where?
The Seattle Temple a month ago.
Hi. I'm our in-law.
Look at that.
You ready?
Okay, so we know who they are and how old they are, where they're from.
We don't know where he comes from.
23, from Seattle.
Did they tell who?
They don't have any kids yet, do you?
No, but
No.
do we know who their parents are? Why they were here?
No idea.
Yeah, Michelle said that she was that married and kids.
Okay, get this one.
There's Rick.
Get over here and you two can do it together. We're Wiki and Pamela Holmes.
Here, get Hillary Bean, honey.
Who
Right
are
now.
we? You need.
Good smile there, Pat.
You want cue cards?
Somebody tell them what to say, please.
My name.
Well, their
My
mom
name
stands
My name is
Rick Holmes.
Rick Holmes.
And this is my wife,
And this is
Pam.
my wife, Pam.
And I am how many years?
And I am how?
28.
I'm 27. I'm 27.
I'm 23.
Pam's 23.
He's 1.5.
We both like to speak.
And,
She's 8 weeks.
How are you
Do
related
the
to
kids have
Grandma
any name
Lyman?
besides his?
Let's see.
This is Philip Dean.
Dean. This is Hillary Bean. Oh, Hillary Lee. Hillary Lee. And oh, excuse
And
me.
how are you related to Grandma
And
Lyman?
Pam is Aunt Mary. No, Aunt Mary. Everybody calls her Aunt Mary. Pam is Mom Smith. Daughter.
Mary
Mary Smith.
Lyman Smith.
Aunt Smith.
Daughter.
Daughter.
We need one of those
Middle
things we can go.
This is really
Oh,
hard. We're never going to get through.